Today I'm going to be going over this week's trades. So from December 14th to December 19th, this week we had a net profit of 83.38%, which on this small account came up to $157. Started with $178, came up to $327 after yesterday. So a huge percentage win for the account. This is all data pulled from Thinkorswim, and I thought that we can go back into the charts and kind of see what the market conditions were, see if there was any other things that I didn't see during the trading hours, and just go back and see, was this a good trade, was this a bad trade, is there anything I could have done differently, and how can we improve in the future. So the first thing we're going to look at is this Monday trade. We had a put, we have this right here. We have our puts from 748 to 759, and all the trades were SPY this week. So let's pull up this chart. So here we have Monday, December 15th, the 1 minute chart, and we have this 748 to 759. I already highlighted it here. So usually I like to trade looking really where it's oversold or overbought and oversold, and jump in there to catch the momentum on the way down. With this trade here, I did not see that it goes up that high. It didn't get into that overbought area, but still made profit on the trade. So we see this fair value gap here, just this huge price move it up towards VWAP, and it did not take VWAP. So as soon as I saw that this candle dropped, this is where I put my puts in. And again, I went a little bit back up, took the fair value gap, and I was just watching to make sure that nothing broke this level here. Went down a little bit more, and right here is where I exited the trade with a profit of 8.77% on the day. So this was not a bad trade whatsoever. But yeah, not really the best setup in my opinion. I probably should have waited to see if it went up and touched VWAP. So I think a better trade for me would have been something like here, where we see a breakthrough, retest a bit, and then as soon as it breaks down again in the future, I probably would have wanted to take this trade instead. Still good trade on the day. So we'll go into our next day. So here this is what I saw, that we had price go 2 standard deviations below VWAP, break through, and then start to chop and retest. And it was right here again that I saw a breakthrough. So we had one candle close below, we had another candle close below, and that's where I bought my puts. And immediately it went right back up here, and I believe this was minus 60%. But again, we saw that this price level, there was a lot of sellers absorbing this push from the buyers, and so it again paused at this level, and I just held on. And as soon as it broke through, I sold here once it hit that 2 standard deviations below VWAP again. And after I sold, it continued to go down, and of course I could have tried to jump back in, but that's not really a smart trade. I don't want to get greedy. So the whole point of this strategy I'm trying to use is take these small wins, carry momentum, and be done for the day. So I've been only doing one trade per day, and it's been working out for me. Just one trade, put all of your thought into it, and move on. Don't get greedy. Take your wins and leave. So I don't regret this trade at all. I think it's smart. I saw that this wick went below 2 standard deviations. The next wick was in the green. I sold, took my profit, and my profit for the day was 19%. So again, huge win. No need to get greedy. With these 0 DTE options, you have this huge leverage, this extreme leverage with these really high gamma contracts. So just these small changes in price lead to these really high percentage changes in option price. So we'll go now into the 17th. So 743, 744. That was it. This tiny price movement. We were here. It was getting into this oversold area. I saw momentum going up. So we still had a pretty good amount of volume pushing downwards. And bought this put right at open. So we had, right as the candle opened. So I guess it was pretty much right over here. And then bought at 7:44 and 38 seconds, so about halfway through this candle here. So 7:55. So it was about a $1 price movement. In and out quick. 1 minute. And on the 17th here, that ended up being a 13% profit. That was a 13% profit on the price movement. So, again, not a bad trade. In, out. Really, I think the main driver for this price movement was we see this choppy motion, and then here it breaks below 2 standard deviations. And so I'm now watching. We see this high volume right here. So this wick pushes below, some more volume trying to push this up, and then price just starts to drop. And we see right here, I guess I could have waited a little bit longer, but we see volume really start to increase and push this further below 2 standard deviations. So I think I knew that we were going to have some big price movements, but not necessarily knowing how long it was going to go for. So I wanted to get in and out. I knew it was going to move in the next minute, continue downward. I just want to get in and out and take my profits, and it worked out just fine for me. So we're now going to go into the 18th. You see that we have this large price movement upwards. So we were here below VWAP, and it takes VWAP, continues to push up. And then here we see a break above 2 standard deviations above VWAP. And so this is kind of where I'm watching, looking for my entry. And we see this comes back here down to this resistance level, which I believe, I didn't show here, was right here is the high from the previous day. And so I'm watching it chop between here. Once I saw it hit that high, matching the high from 15 minutes earlier and then the high from the day before, this is where I saw that this was going to be my good entry point. So this is where I put my puts in, and then had the plan to sell off down here once it went just below this support level. And it sure did, and that's right where I sold. And of course, once again, the FOMO is always there. It went back up again and then dropped significantly, and I could have made a whole lot more money, but I didn't, and that's fine. I took my small win, and that small win was 11% on the account. So don't get greedy. That's been my main thing, is don't be greedy. One trade, be done for the day. I took my profits and I left. So really good trade on the day. I'm very happy with how this one worked out. And then here again, just further confirmation is that once this was up, this was extremely overbought. And so when it came back up to that price level, I knew that there were not going to be enough buyers to really keep pushing this price upwards. So it's going to come back down, and it did. And I was able to take good profits that day. Lastly was yesterday. So this was my only call for the week. I had 2 contracts here instead of 1. Only call for the week. Relative strength was not super high. Right around here was almost pushing into was that 33. And I'm kind of watching this price bounce around. Again, same setup as the day before. We have this big push up to this higher level. We're here again, right around 680. same high as the day before and the day before that. So I'm looking for this chopping motion, and then I see it hit view up, rejects, comes back up. So as soon as I saw this reject here, as soon as I saw this go down and then I saw it start to increase and close, that's where my entry was. So put my 2 contracts in here, came back up, rejects again, and it bounces off, continued back up, and this is where I sold here. I thought, here I saw, okay, we have this smaller candle, we might be losing momentum, volume is going down. So I sold. I could have made a little bit more, but again, take my profit on the day. That was a total of 12.09 net profit. And so in these profits, these are net profits in percentages, which takes into account the my commissions. And so the commissions do take a good chunk out because of how small the account is. But as soon as the account starts to grow, the commissions are not going to be taking that much of a cut anymore. So overall, this account, we returned 83.38% on the week, which is fantastic. I do want to say that there's no edge here. There's no trick to this. This has just been me looking at price movements and jumping on wherever the motion is going. I'm not predicting anything in the future. I'm seeing where the market is going and simply putting my money for the ride. We see where it's going. I kind of just let the big market movers push the price around. And if I can see what direction they're pushing the price, I jump in very quickly with very high leverage, take my percent, and leave before the price then reverses when it takes the positions of people that are holding for too long. So this was my strategy this week. Worked out well. Very happy with how this week has gone.